Right there. What's up, family? With Stan Barrett, I'm Michael Leese. Thanks for kicking it with us on another edition of SportsCenter. Coming up a little bit later, an all-time Georgetown great talks about the biggest face and man on that campus. But we start in the NBA bubble, Stan, where it was almost checkout time for one team.
Yeah, at least that's what the Rockets thought. Up 3-2, Houston looking to send Oklahoma City home and move on to the conference semifinals. But OKC requested a late checkout. Rockets trying to get to the second round for the fourth straight season. Thunder hoping to avoid a fourth straight first-round exit. James Harden did work on Lou Dort in Game 5. Dort was supposed to be the defensive specialist to check Harden. It didn't work out that way. Harden attacking Dort again. Splits defenders. Gets at the fall. Dort picked up 3 quick fouls. Second quarter, Rockets down by 3. Didn't matter who was guarding Harden. Working on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're 17 in the first half. Rockets tied at 40. Harden to Eric Gordon. Gordon fading away, but beating the buzzer. Rockets up by 3 at the half. Gordon 1 for 6 from 3, but that was the one. Third quarter, Danilo Gallinari. Just 1 point in Game 5, but here he comes. 3 ball. Bang, bang, bang. Thunder within 6. Gallinari heating up. Next possession. Pump fake. He was 4 for 9 from 3. Wasn't the only player stepping up. Dort. A lot of talk about his shooting. And Dort able to knock it down. Thunder within 1. Minute left in the third. Actually, we go to the fourth here. 5 minutes left. Harden in the corner. Step back 3 is good. Harden with 32 points. The lead all scores. Rockets up 5. Under 4 to play. Thunder down by 6. Chris Paul going to work. Pulls the Thunder within 3. Next possession. Paul with Robert Covington on him. Step back 3-pointer, creates the space and knocks it down. And after he's like, hey, man, nice try. Thunder tied at 98. Less than 15 to go. Tied at 100. It's winning time. Paul gets the foul on Covington, so a chance for the Thunder to take the lead. After he made the first free throw, put the Thunder up by 1. Paul with a second one. He had 15 in the fourth. So here we go. 2-point game. Westbrook off the inbounds pass, throws it back to no one in particular. Covington not able to get to the errant pass. Westbrook with 7 turnovers. Paul with 28, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Thunder live to play on in a Game 7.
You know, when it gets to clutch time, fourth quarter, some people built for it. Some people shy away from it. You know, you saw Dame, all that stuff. Like some people built for it, man, and we're gonna keep hooping.
We'll be fine, and we just didn't play. We played about as bad as we could play, and we're right there. And we'll have to do a better job day after tomorrow.
Ain't nothing like it. Don't matter who it's against. It's a Game 7. You know what I mean? I just want my guys to know that, you know, we gave ourselves a chance. You know, you saying we got a chance? We got a chance. So we're gonna keep fighting.
Nobody scored more in the clutch than Chris Paul during the regular season. And in the fourth quarter Monday, 15 fourth quarter points compared to just 10 from James Harden and Russell Westbrook combined. And brutal turnover for Westbrook at the end. Since turnovers were first tracked 50 years ago, nobody averages more turnovers per game in the postseason than Westbrook at almost 4 per game. Game 7, Wednesday, 9 Eastern on ESPN. Houston hopes that game isn't close at the end. Oklahoma City is 3-0 in games that go to clutch time this series, and their 33 clutch time wins the most in the NBA this season. Let's bring in Tim Legler now. So, Tim, when you got a prideful player like Chris Paul, as busy as he's been dealing with other things as the president of the Players Association, when you need a guy like that in the clutch, it's good to have him, and he certainly showed that in this game.
Yeah, that's right. And he's one of the best leaders in the league. We know that. And he's a great floor general, and you feel safe when the ball is in his hands if you're his head coach. But sometimes you have to be a scorer at the end of the game, and that's what he had to do tonight. He willed his team into it. And the thing that is so impressive about this is he's getting some of these buckets against one of the elite perimeter defenders in the NBA, Robert Covington. And, you know, he gets him back on his heels, and then he's got that stop on a dime three-pointer. And this one is just beautiful. The crossover step back. Covington couldn't play that any better. And he's 6'7". He gets a hand up. But Chris Paul wanted the ball in those moments. 2 critical possessions right there, down 6. And his head coach alluded to it, and he was 100% right. He said, listen, man, if he misses either one of those and Houston scores, it's probably a wrap. This game's going to have a different outcome. So that's how important those 2 possessions were at that time. And sometimes he's going to go make a play for somebody, get in the paint, Sometimes he's just going to take over as a scorer. I can't tell you how impressed I am with Chris Paul and his leadership to get this team to a Game 7, particularly the way they looked the first 2 games of this series and then getting blown out in Game 5, in Game 6, Game 5 rather, to be in this position now and have a one-game winner-take-all. Really impressive performance by Chris Paul and the Thunder.
All right, we'll see if he can do it one more time on Wednesday. Meantime, we got Heat and Bucks coming up. We're going to need you for that, Tim, so don't move.
Yeah, guys, going to the East, Giannis, Jimmy Buckets, Game 1, Eastern Conference Semis. Miami, by the way, the only team in the East to beat the Bucks twice during the regular season. And as you might imagine, they both going at it early. But Giannis with the block on Jimmy. Other way, Chris Middleton, pull-up 3. He had 28. But let's go back to that block. I mean, Jimmy's got an easy dunk, but clean block there by Giannis. Giannis goes for 18, 10, and 9. Yeah, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Not the best of games, but here's the real story. The Bucks scored 40 points in the first quarter, tied for the most in the first quarter of a playoff game in franchise history. They led by 11, but that's about the time that Jimmy said, yo, we are down, but we are far from over. Knocks down a 3, and he just starts going on a tear. Bucket there at the rim. 7 straight points for Jimmy. Next possession. And 1. 9 straight points for Jimmy Buckets. He scored 12 in the third, all in a row. Heat led by 6 after 3. Fourth quarter, Jimmy still breaking down that Bucks defense like a folding chair. That gave him 32 points and a 6-point Heat lead, and that's just silly. Stop it, Jimmy. Over George Hill. He's up to 34. Heat up 8. And then Jimmy, colder than a polar bear's toenails. Yo, Jimmy, what's up with that crunch time mindset?
I mean, say what you will, but I told my teammates I probably wasn't going to pass the ball. I made a couple shots, and they said, you know, that's fine with me.
Hey, they call him Jimmy Buckets for a reason. 40 points, 3rd player in Heat history with 40-point playoff game. Again, take a look at what Jimmy did and Giannis in this game. Supposed to, he's got to be happy with these numbers because Giannis had just 6 points on 6 field goal attempts in the paint. Money was the first time in the last 4 games that Giannis missed more free throw attempts than he had in the paint. All right, Tim Legler back here with us. All right, Legs, no matter where Jimmy has been, he's never been afraid of the moment. But what did you make of how he seized the moment here in Game 1 to give the Heat a 1-0 series lead?
And what was so great about this, Mike, was the fact that down the stretch, you know, look at these baskets that he got that really got the separation they needed to put this away. And he did it in a variety of different ways. And that's what great closers do because they have to read the defense and take what's there. And just take a look at when you break this down. First, he goes left and gets to the middle of the paint and has a nice finesse shot over the front of the rim. Very difficult shot. Now, he's going to walk into a pull-up 3. So you have to have that killer range because that might be what the defense dictates. Then he wants to avoid the double team, so let me operate in the middle of the floor and shoot over a smaller defender in George Hill with the turnaround jumper. And then again here, avoids the screen because he knows that could lead to a trap where he has to give it up. Instead, hard dribble right hand, pull up 15-footer on the baseline. So this was that sequence when the Heat put this thing away, and this is why he was so highly coveted by the franchise in the offseason because they know they're going to be in tight games in this situation. He's not going to be afraid of the pressure. And then more importantly, he's got the versatility to do whatever he needs to from anywhere on the floor, depending on the situation. So give Jimmy Butler all the credit in the world. And then for Milwaukee, Giannis and Chris Middleton, they have some limitations in their game. And if they're in close games, and you have a good defensive game plan on Giannis, you can expose him a little bit, much like he did against Toronto a year ago. He had his struggles in the fourth quarter of this one as well.
Yeah, Jimmy scored 28 of his 40 points either in the paint or at the free throw line. That's what you need to play off. Sometimes you need a bucket. How do you go about getting it? Well, Jimmy got a bunch of them on Monday. Tim, appreciate the time, brother.
Thank you.